Welcome back. It has been a while since I've done one of these. Ooh, make sure I don't look too fat. Anyways though, yeah, it's been a while since I've done one of these. But I'm leaving work right now, which means I'm starting my commute. So welcome back to another episode of Brandon's Commute. This one is a little bit more of like a controversial / risky topic, I think. It's not really like political or, conspiracy type stuff or anything like that. But it's about religion. And so it's a theory that I came up with on my own earlier Monday, or yesterday, Sunday. So, me and my fiance, here's the context. Me and my fiance, we've been church hopping. We've been trying to find different, churches to go to. We started going to church about a month ago again, and we've been pretty consistent with it. We've been going to Bible study and all that good stuff. But we've just been looking around, trying to find the perfect church because, that stuff's important to us. And so we were looking at different denominations. So first off, I grew up Catholic. She grew up Lutheran. And so when we're looking at these different denominations, we're trying to see what align with us the best. So for me, at first I was like, Methodist sounds like it, because I really don't believe that if you just say, oh, I believe in Jesus, you automatically get into heaven. I don't think that makes sense. I think that you should also have to do acts. You should have to, I don't know. It's a complicated thing for me, but they believe in doing acts, not just being saved through grace. And that makes sense to me. So same thing with, I don't believe that you just go to hell if you don't believe, right? I think that that's kind of crazy. We have a good God, in my opinion, and so. But anyways, my fiance was like, "Oh, I think I'm Baptist," and like I said, I was like, "Oh, I think I'm Methodist." But then they talked about confessionals, how they do confessions and confessionals and all that stuff with like. I know in Catholicism you do it with a priest. I've done a confessional once. It was the most awkward thing I've ever been a part of. But so. The reason I'm not Catholic anymore is because my family distanced themselves from it after that list of all the predatory Catholic priests came out that were assaulting young children in horrible ways. And my dad had never been assaulted, so get that out of the way. He'd never been assaulted, but he was an altar boy, and his priest was on that list as one who was, doing horrible things. So I was like, well, I don't like confessionals though. And I'm thinking, I was like, it has to be because of that. It has to be. And same with like my biological family. I'm adopted. My biological family, I have an uncle who got assaulted by a priest, a Catholic priest. And so I was like, maybe it's just because of that. We're at church though on Sunday. Great message, by the way. It's hilarious. But anyway, we're at church and we're praying, and I'm sitting here like, God, why don't I like confessionals? What is the reason? Is it really just that? Like, have I ever given it a true chance or whatnot? And I'm gonna be honest, I just zoned out. I totally zoned out, and I started theorizing. And my theory is this, because I think it's just crazy how many Catholic priests are predators and assaulting young children, young boys. So I was like, how could that possibly be that just it's a normal thing to them, like to the point where there's so many of them, and it's kind of like a stereotype now that Catholic priests do that. And my theory is that it comes from confessionals, because as a priest, you are bound to keep complete secrecy with whoever is sharing their burden with you, right? Their trauma that they may have inflicted on others or they may have on themselves. And so these priests, who are humans too, they have to bear this burden, right? And so I think over time, it desensitizes them to the subjects of evil and horrible crimes. And so it gets to a point where they're probably thinking, oh, well, in comparison, I do this. Or, hey, God, I'm sorry I did, I assaulted that young man, but I'm a priest, so I'm pious, or I'm a godly man or whatnot. And so that's my theory, that all these confessionals, all these people basically dumping their trauma onto them desensitizes them, and it adds some sort of normalcy to what they're doing in their mind, and it gives them a justification. So just wanted to bring that up and talk about it. I thought it was an interesting subject. But yeah, hey, thanks for listening to another one of Brandon's stories on Brandon's Commute. Let me know what you think. You might disagree with me. That's fair. But I think that it's an interesting theory, and I wanted to just share it, get it out there, and just kind of talk about it, see what people thought. So, anyways, adios.